I'd like to call a meeting to order. If we'd all stand for the Lord's Prayer, please.
Our Father.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Hunt?
Present.
Mr. Minor?
Here.
And Mr. Garber?
Here.
Fellas, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes of February the 4th, 2016?
I have, sir, and I move a motion they be approved as presented.
I'll second.
They'll stand approved as presented then. Have you also had an opportunity to review the minutes of February the 18th, 2016?
I have, sir, and I move a motion they be approved as presented.
I'll second that.
And those will also stand as approved. Now, Pat gave us the minutes for March 3rd and March 17th. I think we all would like an opportunity to review those, and we'll deal with them at the next meeting. If that's all right with you folks?
Great.
Now, I need, or would ask, that someone make a motion to go into executive session to discuss some pending imminent litigation with our attorney, who happens to be here tonight. He's the guy with the bow tie. I'm not talking about you.
Got up and tend to business. I move that motion.
Second.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mr. Garber?
Here.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Pat, do you want to stay here, or do you want to come with us?
What do we do?
We're discussing lawsuits.
There's a place to give me a chair, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I don't need any of this because I can't.
You gotta take your. That will.
You can start reviewing the items, but it starts at 1, and they'll run up, on the May sale, they might have up to 9 auctioneers. So it's a matter of the 1 o'clock sale might go till 8, 9 o'clock, but then at 4 o'clock
It's
they'll
usually
start.
over by dark.
Is it over by
Because
dark?
there's no lights over there.
5 o'clock they'll start that wood road that he's talking about. So it depends on which one.
Tell me, what's the date on it? You have
The 12th, it's the second Tuesday. So it's
12th
next
of May,
Tuesday.
okay.
No, I don't know about May, now that you say that. It's April 12th, it's whatever the second Tuesday in May is.
Okay.
Greg's got it. I feel like ambassadors, Greg. We've learned ourselves.
Yeah, you are.
It'll be May 10th.
May 10th, okay. Yeah. Please make a note of it.
Miscellaneous at 1, lawnmowers at 4, wood at 5, machinery at 6.
Get a shroud of life on the combine.
No, she doesn't want to sit there.
So we'll go back in
She
regular
doesn't have
session.
patience.
7:30.
Craft show that's 4 hours.
7:38, we open the meeting?
Yep. Pat, what do you have for us?
Well, I really don't have a whole lot other than those minutes that I just gave to you. I'm still trying to work on getting organized again. The one thing that I do want to ask you about is the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp. We have always dealt with the CareWorks Comp as the company with them, but I got something in the mail. I just wanted to run it by you. It was called Comp Management. They're out there trying to get the business also. Just want you to know that came. If you want to deal with somebody different. We don't have much activity with that situation. CareWorks is the one that's done it for.
CareWorks has been around since the infancy.
This gentleman then did call me later on and want to know if we had done anything about it, and I had told him where we were at, and we didn't have time yet to do it, because this actually isn't due until May the 16th. But that's the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp, and then CareWorks would be the one that we would, we've been using.
Is there any reason to change?
In my estimation, no, but
You guys want-
I'm familiar with CareWorks for my past employment too, and they've always done it, and you just
it
have
was
to deal
okay,
with them,
this,
so.
we're dealing with it. I think what I would like you to do though is let's just put in a quick form of a motion that you're saying it's fine to
Okay,
stay
we're
with
just gonna leave it there.
stay with our existing CareWorks for Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp.
Is that your motion, Carl?
It so is.
So moved?
Yeah.
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
and Carl.
Yes.
I don't know what the number is, but that's okay. I think that's the only correspondence I had. I did give you, I believe, a copy of something that came from Penny Training. Didn't I give you that?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that needed any action, but it was, and I really don't have anything else.
Okay.
I have that other set of minutes from the public board. We did our permanent appropriations. I don't have that one done yet.
That's fine.
You'd made a comment that we needed to make a motion naming the trail out back officially.
I thought maybe that'd be a good idea, and there's one other thing when you're done with that. I think that'd be a good idea because there really wasn't anything in a resolution form that's accepted that name.
Okay. You know, you'd been referring to the Mill Creek walking trail, but we've never done anything officially, so we need a motion to that effect.
And I forget what, is it in some of the minutes that we just had? I forget what day that was. Hang on a
I
second.
thought it was before that, because that's when,
I thought it was something I had been working on. What was the last thing we did on that? We
Mr.
passed a
Hart
resolution
was
to
here.
accept, put a line item out there for $10,000, remember? That was
Yes.
the last we discussed, I believe.
right, it's on page 5,
Of which-
February 4th.
February the 4th, and I have that one out.
And we've got Headwaters Nature Trail. So we need to come, I mean, what's the official name?
Yeah. Is that what I put in that resolution? That is probably in here, Mark. What date did you say?
February the 4th. Page 5. Because actually, it's the Mill Creek Headwaters. I mean, what are we gonna call it?
Because I have, excuse me, on January 21st.
Use a reference of Mill Creek or something. Yeah.
That's Mill Creek. I mean, that is Mill Creek. That's where it starts, and it goes north.
Back in,
With the problems they have, they're not gonna
Right.
bother with us.
We'll have our meeting room packed with them.
They'll wanna put us on the board. They'll bring their geese down here.
This resolution I had, it was adopted on January 21, 2016. They're planning a walking trail called Headwaters Nature Trail, and that was in that resolution.
Right, but we've never officially
No.
picked a name,
No,
so
I
what
did-
do you
I-
wanna call it?
I'm comfortable with the Headwaters Nature Trail.
Okay.
Official name to be, as we have it in that resolution, Headwaters Nature Trail.
Sounds good.
Is what I was thinking, Bob, too, to even highlight the Mill Creek part of it. I was thinking about when we do the, kind of, I've been looking at some of these other parks where they have the legend board out there and kind of describe, been talking to some Girl Scouts, maybe have them do some history
Mm-hmm.
and kind of do a narrative of the history of the Headwaters Nature Trail and Mill Creek in this area, and maybe incorporate some township information and stuff in like that.
Well, it starts in the basement of that house over
Right.
there.
Mhm.
Then it goes into the swimming pool and into the creek and flows north.
That's unusual for it to flow north.
Well, the watershed
Yeah, I
separates
understand.
here, yeah. Everything else, if you just go over the hill, then everything's in the Beaver Creek watershed and it goes to the Ohio River.
Right.
So it's the Headwaters plural,
With an
nature.
apostrophe?
I don't think we need an apostrophe,
Okay.
just plural,
Okay.
nature trail, period.
So it doesn't have Mill Creek in the name?
No,
We don't want them down here.
they should have called it Fairfield.
There was something else.
Yeah, they're getting all our water.
Yeah,
Need a bigger lake.
we could dam it up.
No, if the dam breaks, you got a lawsuit.
That brought to mind after we finish this resolution.
All right, so,
Someone going to make that a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Hum?
yes,
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mr. Garfield?
Yes.
The official name is Headwaters Nature Trail.
right.
Okay, no apostrophe.
What was the other thing that came to mind?
I just was looking at it, something to do with that we didn't address. And I thought it needed some more attention.
It's already official.
Pardon me? It wasn't to do with that, it was
Something
another,
else.
yes.
On the ball.
Something we did,
Okay, well, maybe it'll come back.
okay, I didn't mark it down.
Okay. Now,
First thing I have for you, on March 22nd, I was contacted by BJ Batterson from Hillcorp Energy. They wish to terminate the rumors on Lower Elkton, Crestview, and Bunker Hill.
That's what it was. It was that other room that you were
Want
talking
to
about.
eliminate what?
They want to terminate the rumors that they have on those roads.
Oh,
The only one they want to keep open is Woodville, because they still have water truck traffic on Woodville. So I asked them to draw up a letter, and I provided you with the letter. They would,
That brought to mind, it was the last one that you talked about that they wanted to vacate. There wasn't anything official on the books to say do that. What road was it the last time? I
it's
wasn't.
Cardinal Gas.
Cardinal,
Yes.
On
Masonville.
Masonville
Right.
and Crestview.
None of the commissioners in the county signs off on these too. Has BJ sent anything?
I do not know the answer to that.
I think we need to talk to the prosecutor's office on what's required to terminate them, what do we need to do?
Okay.
I told him that, when I talked to him, I said, we hadn't experienced this yet, and asked him to draw up a letter. This letter's not saying that it's a done deal, but this is what they like to do.
Yeah, I agree. Send Andy or Bob Durbin and go from there.
I told him I would be providing you guys a copy of it tonight, and
Okay. Well then, are you gonna give this to Durbin then, or how are we gonna do that? Because I think we need to get the county engineer involved and the county prosecutor involved. Because there may be something that everybody needs to sign.
Right.
Because we entered into a contract, it needs to be a little more official that we're done.
I can get one to Andy if you want to deal with Bob.
Okay.
You're gonna give it to Andy to review?
Yes. I'll save Durbin on a step.
But that was the other thing that I had in mind, was the Cardinal gas.
Cardinal gas, okay. And maybe all we gotta do is pass a resolution releasing them from the rumor.
I know that you discussed it, and I forget how it was worded in the minutes. When was that you talked about that Cardinal gas? Was it the last meeting, do you remember?
I'm gonna say it was
No.
not the last one by the time.
The one before, I think it'd be in the March minutes.
March 17th, is that the
Yeah,
last one?
maybe.
It would have been,
Probably the third.
yes, I had. You see it on, you see it on the thing? I don't.
Looking,
Is it under yours, things?
yeah, this way. Maybe wait till.
It's one that I wasn't at because I was one by the tape.
Here, let me look in here, I'll probably have it.
Would be page,
On which date?
March 17th, first page, number 4,
There we
Cardinal
go.
gas.
Yeah. Because on my scribbling parts of that, I had a big question mark about that.
Do you want me to get Bob Durbin a copy of that also?
Yeah, I would.
So we're going to discuss two. We're going to do the Cardinal gas and the BJ Patterson, the Hillport. We didn't have a letter regarding this one, though. They just did one.
Yeah, I gave you a copy.
Okay, I don't have it attached, but that's, wait a minute. It's been my standard papers. I don't have a copy of it. You're going to be
Because I would think the insurance carriers would want something in writing relieving them of that responsibility.
Okay.
Anything else, Bill?
Yeah. Mixed up the salt and ashes to restock our bin, and also to make room for the salt we need to purchase to fulfill our winter fill contract.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I need to request a PO to,
We have to fulfill a contract we're at already,
yeah, our winter fill. I haven't purchased any salt since,
because we got something from the county wanting to go to, everybody to go all together about salt. So then, but we're committed on this one, right?
yes, this is the
Okay.
contract we already committed
I
to.
thought I bought that, but I don't know if I I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'd like to request a PO in the amount of $15,000 for Cargill Incorporated.
And this is, which, is it summer, winter? or
Winterfield.
Winterfield.
Yeah.
We satisfied the other one, right?
Yes.
So 80% now,
Yeah, well, no, it's 90.
90?
90. I have to take 90% of 200.
Good.
And this will meet that?
Yes.
Okay. Mel would like to have a purchase order for $15,000 for Cargill.
Cargill.
Cargill, I'm sorry, for the Winterfield road salt contract.
So move.
Second.
What's the price, Mel?
67.
67?
Mr. Hum, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mr. Garwood?
Yes.
It'll be nice if the county program works out at half the price.
Did they give you that?
We
Did you
talked
get a copy
about
of that? I didn't bring it. I know I didn't. But I did get a copy.
We spoke about it when we were down.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes.
I know I have it.
So while we're on that topic, is that something we want to enter into?
Well, I think it's something we want, it's half the price from what we were told.
Did he say what other counties were doing it? There was three other counties that he mentioned. I didn't get off the top. Was it Tusk?
Maybe.
That are doing, not a coagulant, but
They
each
do,
one.
they do their own thing and don't get on the state contract.
Yeah.
There was a couple other counties, because I'd kind of like to talk to them to see. Because he was saying, what, even if they don't get a bid, there's still time to get on the winter contract of next year, but we wouldn't have time to get on the summer contract,
That's correct.
is what he'd said down there that day, right?
But I didn't think we were interested in the summer.
Yeah.
Right, we don't
We
need
don't need
it.
it.
So we have that buffer, because he bids it prior to the winter. So we would have time to get on the winter ODOT contract. So I might pursue it just to see where the number comes in,
Just see where
right?
we go, because Bob Durbin was saying it was coming in at $30 and something, like half the price of what we were bound to do with Cargill. I think it's worth exploring.
I don't think we have anything to lose by exploring it. The way Bob explained it, like, if they bid it, they don't get anything, then you're still gonna have time.
We still have time to get on the ODOT contract.
Correct. And there was no minimum and maximum with the county's
Right.
contract either, which I'm not quite sure how they're gonna do that, but, you know, I think the salt provider's gonna want some kind of number, but,
I think it'd be worth to see what the number is. My only concern is, if there's a salt shortage or something, are they gonna short that contract and go to the ODOT contract? That's my only concern, thinking out of the box right now without talking to other counties and without seeing how they write it up. Because if they don't bring you salt, they don't bring you salt. I think we look at it.
Well, we'll look at it,
okay.
because we don't have to do anything official, but I think we need to look at it.
Yeah, like you said, we just discussed it while we were down there, and the only thing that Bob gave me while we were down there would be, we would have to fill this out to participate,
Yeah, and there was a cover letter for it.
which I don't have.
I know there is because I have it, but I don't have it here.
Did you see this, Bob? Pass it on, it's that, actually, Jesse Wilson from the city called me about it today too, just today, asking about it, because he must have talked to Bob Durbin.
Well, I don't think we need to do anything with this tonight, because we're not interested in the summer, but I think we need to check into it a little bit.
Well, I'll discuss it when I get those papers to Bob
Yeah.
Durbin. I'll discuss it with him a little more in depth and see what,
Yeah. Bert seemed to be excited about it. I just wondered how long it's been going on.
I don't know that.
Because we're just hearing about it now. Has it only been around for a year or two? Or-
Well, I don't
I
think
think some of them other counties have done it for a couple of years. I mentioned that.
could be.
It's the first year that I think that Columbiana is going to do it. The county.
It's definitely the first year for Columbiana County.
Right.
All right, well, I'll discuss it more with Bob when I get him
Okay.
that paperwork from the Williams.
Tell them we're interested, but we need some more information.
There is some things like, is there, penalties for not delivering within the time frame and that kind of thing? It's in the wording of the ODOT contract, it does give you some comfort.
Right, there's some liquidated damages
So,
that you can get.
there's some things, questions we probably need to ask.
That's why it's only $30 a ton.
I'd also like to request a PO for East Fairfield Coal Company to purchase limestone products for the reclaimer project and backfill for culvert installation in the amount of $5,000.
East Fairfield Pool,
Yes,
right? Is that all you want on that?
yes.
Need to have someone enter into, East Fairfield Coal Mill wants a PO for $5,000 for limestone and for use for the reclaimer and culvert installations.
So moved.
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Okay, and the next thing, we did start installing some of the signs that we received through the ODOT signage update grant. The section of Crestview up here from Fairfield School to Lower Elkton has been completed. If you want to drive through there and see the work that's been done. Had good feedback from residents as far as being very visible and, highlighting the curves through that section.
What was that for, Bob?
The signs
Signs.
that we got from the state.
And as far as property owners have been very, of course, they see you, want to know what you're up to, and they come out and work with them about placement of the sign. Everybody's been very easily to get along with. So far, so good.
on Crestview Road from Fairfield to Lower Elkton
Yes.
is done.
What's the quality like?
The quality
Yeah, the quality of the sign.
seems good to me.
Okay.
See how it holds up to time and weather and stuff. But the aluminum, I would say, is the same gauge as normal signs that we purchase. I don't feel like the sign's any thinner. The decal's thick because, they're not punched out for the holes that you bolted. You gotta take a knife and cut the decal. You don't just poke a bolt through it. So,
Okay.
I think one thing we might be able to do too, Mel, is once we get them up, we could put signs somewhere where the sun's gonna, like out back or wherever. Then you'd have a sign facing south, one east, one west, one north. And then you can kind of tell when the reflectivities on those signs
Deteriorate.
get bad. You can almost put a test pole out there. And of course, the east and the south are probably gonna get worse than the west and the north, just because of the sunlight.
yeah, that's a good idea.
But you can do that. And it would give you a kind of a time shot of, okay, the reflectivity's getting bad.
Yeah.
It might outlive you.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, you don't want to do it again, right?
But Mel, we don't want that.
Well, we probably won't have to worry about that for a while.
Okay.
But anyway, I think we've got a system going. The power post driver, that's a home run. I mean, that has been a great tool for putting them in, that gas powered post driver. That works great for driving the post. The DMI another home run as far as measuring out, you know, the distances, because when you start putting them chevrons, based on the length, you have to measure the length of the curve, and then how much you're reducing the speed is how many feet are in between them. It's just a wonderful tool to be able to do that. So much quicker than getting out, wheeling everything out and walking it. So two, I think, really good purchases there by the township to make that job go much better. In round numbers, we have about 525 posts to put in, and that's for replacing some that, you know, I don't know the exact number of replacement and new signage, but that's about where we're at. And on average, by the time I measure out the distances, you know, transportation time, loading up, installation, being driving the post, putting the sign on, putting the delineators on, getting about a sign an hour. So you can do the math there. It's going to be about 525 hours of man time.
You have 2,080 for the year.
So
Does that time involve getting everything ready to get in there?
I'm saying everything involved to put up a sign.
How many guys, one guy or two guys?
That's three of us working on it.
Three of you, so it's really 3 hours.
You know, actually, in man hours, it is 3.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't, the hour might be a little bit on the heavy side, but then, you know, by the time you figure removing something, or like when we did the object markers down there at the culvert on Crestview in between the 2 Bunker Hills, you know, it was way more than an hour because you're removing old posts, driving down in, maybe hitting something hard, waiting up, tap on and do that.
Right.
So on average, I'm just going to say, I don't think it'll be quite that much, but I think that's a safe number.
And we have a year to get it done.
Well, along with that, I received a letter from Victoria Beal from ODOT, and it had already had our form in here to fill out for when we were done. And they made the anniversary date, which isn't what they said at the meeting that we went to. It was from the time we were awarded,
Oh, my goodness.
which is September 21st of 2016. But they understand that we just got our materials and they said this happens. So they also sent along a form for applying for they'll grant you a 1-year extension. So actually we'll have till September 21st of 2017. So I'm going to show you the letter that came, and then there's a copy attached to this letter that shows you the form that we have to fill out for the extension.
So essentially, 17 would give us what? April, May, June, July, August. A year and 5 months.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, you got most of April yet. April, May, June, July, August, and most of September there. Almost a year and a half
To do them all.
to do them all. And she understands that it's not our, because when I got that letter, I said, there's no way that's going to be done by September this year.
Right.
She goes, we know things happen. I said, I just got the post on.
On their end.
I said,
It wasn't already.
well, and it's not even really ODOT's end, it's the supplier's.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't get the post until March 17th, I think was the date. I have that written down. But anyway, they understand that things happen out of our control, their control, so that's why they offer this 1-year extension. I mean, all we have to do is fill out that form and send it back.
And you get a year and 5 months.
And then we get a year and 5 months.
From today.
But we're gonna have to make sure we get this thing filled out latter part of July, first part of August, and get it down there. So we get our extension.
Yeah, we can send that anytime. We can send that now.
Well, it'd be nice, it says, for the following good cause. It would be nice to say, out of our 525 posts, we've only been able to install 210.
Yeah, we don't have.
And we're requesting an additional year to put the balance.
I mean, as far as for the good causes, we didn't receive our supplies until March.
So,
There's not enough time to do it between.
You want that in a motion form or resolution form? Do you want to do this?
Well, we don't need to do this tonight, do we?
They're gonna offer us the extension based on what she said without reading it, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be done tonight if you want to take that, read it, and, I mean,
Cut and dried, isn't it?
Because if she sent that to you and telling you that's what they would like to do,
yeah, because, well, after I got the letter, I called her.
right?
And explained to her, I just got the post 3 weeks ago, or whatever, you know, when I talked to her. And she goes, well, I know, she goes, things happen out of your control, out of my control. She goes, the best thing that I want you to do is just fill out that extension, and then it's not a problem.
So you want them to fill it out and we'll vote on it next meeting?
Yeah.
I'm just interested in your good cause.
No supplies.
But we have them now.
It's not realistic to put that many posts in the ground in 3 months. Well, I mean, if that's all we did every day from now until then, I might be able to make it.
And your point is?
There's a whole lot of other work that's gonna suffer.
Would someone make to adopt a resolution to authorizing Mel to complete this questionnaire and file for the extension of the,
I thought he was gonna fill it out and then we were gonna vote on it next meeting.
oh, okay, I will just scratch it. Fill out and vote later, right? Yep.
Yeah, I think you just put those dates in there, Mel.
Yeah, just put the dates when we received our supplies.
Yeah.
So we can scratch copy that and copy on and you have them.
Yeah.
I need my pen. Oh, can't find you, take it.
Okay. And then I'll just quickly go over like kind of what we've been up to. We've been out running the rotary ditcher to clean out the ditches. Probably approximately a little over half the township is done as far as that work goes. We've picked up a lot of trash out of the ditches while we're doing this. Like 9 bags off of Cherry Fork itself.
Oh, gosh.
It was dumped there?
Just literally, beer bottles, fast food bags, just out the window. Not like stuff that's dumped. This
Yeah.
is just like going through so you don't blow it back in the hayfields. We always try to be cautious about picking that up before we run the ditcher through there, so we're not. We've also on rainy days been working on outfitting the 2016, such as building the hitch plate, putting sideboards on it. The plow and spreader are complete, as far as having the hoses and so forth hooked up to them. And I did call Holloway Insurance
We can add that.
and added, since we've had the bed hoist and hydraulics added to the truck, and added the plow and the spreader.
I was going to ask you, doing all those little odds and ends, do we want to add that up and put that on the inventory, or just, does that make that much difference?
Bigger items, I would say yes, but like as far as like getting a hose made or something like that, I would say no. Also installed 80 feet of 12-inch pipe on Raleigh Road for 2 field drives that I had permits issued for, Pat, that you faxed back to me. Those are completed. And we did run around and check all the cemeteries and picked all the limbs out from the winter prior to them mowing them last week. And we did our March sign inspection. And the last thing I had is industrial appraisal called me. And wanted to know if we were gonna do anything that, didn't they mail you something?
Industrial, that's the one out of
Industrial
Pittsburgh.
Appraisal, yeah.
If we didn't have any response, they were just going to continue it.
Okay. They just asked me if there was any changes that needed to be made or anything.
I don't think so.
I said I would make sure, but not to my knowledge, there wasn't any changes.
Yeah, I don't think we had anything to add.
Okay.
We didn't do any property improvements of any kind.
The only thing we bought's the truck.
Right, which is,
Doing?
The only thing we purchased is the new truck.
Oh, yeah.
which
Well, that
industrial appraisal
is property.
it's like building and grounds.
Grounds, yeah, building and grounds, so that is,
So there's, I don't.
it's called where they value what their property is, the appraisal.
Is everything correct on that, Mel?
I don't have a copy of it.
We reviewed that a few years back, but, time gets away from us. I can look.
It'd be nice, I'd like to sit down and just visually go around and, okay, this is what they're saying for this.
I thought
Because I
that
know we had
time,
that problem a couple years ago. Remember, Bob, they had some mislabeled buildings.
Well, and I thought we got that straightened out.
Right, I do too.
the industrial appraisal is supposed to do that, and then it's supposed to go to our insurance company.
Yes.
And I don't think that works real well. I think,
Well, the one year I sat down with Sean and we went through everything,
Right.
and then he forwarded everything over there. And I thought it got straightened around, but who knows?
it's just like, I don't quite understand why we use them. I don't know, maybe that's, helps our insurance company out too, I don't know. So they don't have to take the,
I just don't want to see something happen and then.
let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
find
that'd
that.
be great, Ben. And then, I can come out and we can go around and look, because I know Bob worked on that a couple of years ago, like you said. I think we got it all right, but I just, what happened in Center Township, I don't want to be.
Because the insurance carrier, they don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
And if we
Exactly.
don't, we'll get it off of them what they have it as. I know I have the papers there. But every year I don't get a complete set because what they do is they send and want to know if there's changes, et cetera, et cetera. And if not, then they just go from previous.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we got everything labeled right.
I'll dig that out.
We probably do, but I just like to
And
walk
if
around.
you, I don't mind if you call me in a couple of days in case I have forgotten.
That's it for me.
Did you, Pat, did you get a motion for Mel there?
We're not going to do that this evening, Carl.
Oh, great.
Kim,
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, so I can be Pat's favorite. You have it written down, the zoning commission had a required quarterly meeting last night. It went very well. Wayne Wise is here if you have any questions, but there was nothing on the agenda. They just like to check in and make sure everything's going smoothly. Other than that, Daryl's got us all migrated over as near as I can tell, and it's working much better. Our email is now responsive and good to go, so it's all good over here.
well, good. Carl,
We had a meeting with the county, and I have to agree with the county people. They were excellent. I think that these guys were just great. Barry and Mel were there. Bob was there. So if there's any questions, well, they can handle it. And tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
well, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Be another day older.
Yeah,
So what are you going to do to celebrate?
I don't know yet.
Oh, Joanne hasn't told you yet. Barry,
Just a few things tonight, Kim, I appreciate your report, and the Coleman property's probably gonna, where it's headed.
It's so funny you said that. I was looking at last year's notes and we talked about it.
Right.
It's now just like on our annual, like Mel has his things he checks annually, the Coleman property will be ours, mine.
Yeah.
So,
So just a couple of those, I know they're probably gonna be the same sticklers that they have been. I appreciate you looking at them. But looking on, there's a program out there, it's the Ohio Deferred Compensation Program. And what that is, it's a 457 fund. 457, it's kind of like an IRA that people who utilize PERS can place money into their account. I talked to them, and I don't know, I know a lot of the state agencies had it. I had it when I was at ODOT. It's a nice savings tool. It's tax deferred going in. Of course, they get you coming out, but it's tax deferred going in. And I just called and asked how do you get involved in it? Because I may want to do it myself, actually, as a trustee. And you just have to actually, they'd send you paperwork. We would have to look at it as a board and see if it'd be interested. Maybe there are some of our employees or any of us could utilize it. But it's basically, they would just need your contact information, Pat, if it's okay. If I give them your contact information, then they will send the stuff up. Doesn't cost us anything. I don't know how they transfer the money. I think it's kind of automatic that they, the employees fill out the form and then they take the money.
They take the money from,
And I don't know how it all works, so we'll have to look.
you don't know the mechanism.
I don't know the mechanism. But it's a pretty good program. You can diversify your portfolio, you can stay in the.
What's it called, Ohio Deferred Comp?
Yep, compensation, yes. So I'll give them your contact information, Pat, and they'll probably be sending something. I don't know. I can come out and talk to some of your guys. Even if you just look at their website, deferred compensation, it's out there, boom, it gives you all kinds of stuff. The guys might be interested. I may be interested myself, so.
Well, it's a nice program,
It is.
and you four guys ought to take advantage of it.
Yeah, so I'll give them your contact stuff, Pat.
If they contribute to that, is it before tax?
Yes. Yeah, it's before tax.
Well, that's an advantage there.
Yes.
So you'd get the wage minus what they contribute would be taxable.
Yeah. So it's probably a pretty simple
But
mechanism.
You
and I
don't
don't
know how OPERS works against that too. How OPERS works against that, would you?
I don't know. I don't think it changes the OPERS amount.
Okay, it would be on the gross.
Yeah, because I know you have to be a PRS employee to be able to join deferred compensation. So they'll be sending that. Spring Hill, I know we've talked about Spring Hill a little bit. Bob was saying, what, July or something is when he'll have those bids probably ready. Do we want to look at Spring Hill and get an estimate to see what that would cost out there to pave? Send in those county forms?
Why not?
Okay. Well, we can sit down and fill out those forms, and all we want a motion to that effect.
Because now's the time to do it.
Right, because if you look at it, then really the only thing we'll have left out there would be, I think we lump Oak Court in. And if it's too high, we can take it out, right?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, because I know we've said about maybe just Spring Hill, maybe we just put them both together, then we can see what both of them are, have them estimate them different. And then we just do them both, just to see, because then out of the hard surface that'll leave us would be Lower Elton, which we know is gonna be 2017.
Yeah, that's what he said.
For the issue 2 money.
Which one's in 17? Next
That'd
year?
be issue 2 money.
Issue 2.
For
Oh,
Lower
already,
Elton. So really, the only pavement we have left out there that wouldn't be redone would be in front of Ace on Kirk, and then that section on Heck from the bridge in, Columbiana.
We talked about that not so long ago. So what you're wanting to do is to, you can do it in resolution form, or what are we doing?
Might as well.
Give it to me how you want that worded, if you would.
We're gonna send the paperwork to the county,
Mhm.
see about paving, get a cost estimate for paving Spring Hill
Mhm.
and Oak Court.
And when?
Oak Court.
King's Court.
King's Court,
Oh, so- okay.
Hickory Court, whatever it is.
I did know it. Spring Hill and Kings Court.
Yes.
I wasn't sure where Oak was.
And this is to pave,
Yes, asphalt,
resurface, in other
yes.
words. Do you know how many, I don't remember miles on that. It doesn't matter. They'll give you that, I don't. Okay. Resolution. Would like for someone to put on the table a resolution to do the paperwork to enter in with the county to price out the resurfacing with asphalt of Spring Hill Drive and Kings Court. Is that right?
So moved.
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Then I did see, Kim and I talked prior to the meeting, that Copeland is going for auction May 3rd. It's a minimum bid of $500,000.
where's this?
Copeland Golf Course. May 3rd, Kiko has the auction. The one that's due, was about through the court. completely.
It's a foreclosure.
Yeah, Ashley's.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they set a minimum bid on it at 500,000.
Yeah, because there's more than $1 million owed on it, plus all the judgments.
Right. So that'll be May 3rd. One thing that kind of shocked me is that's our 2 residential.
Yeah, it would be. It pre-existed our zone, predated.
It's not an absolute option? Or if they
It's a
don't get the
minimum bid of
minimum?
500, so Melvin's probably gonna go bid 501.
Mhm. Well, that's sad, that's such a,
They may not get any bids.
Never know. Just the culverts, has the county enlightened you with any culverts, or is it still been pretty busy?
Yeah, I called today, and Bob was in Columbus, and I didn't get a call back today. So,
All right, I'll stop now. Enough's enough. That's all I have, sir.
Well, they know they own it.
I think it's default now, right? 3 of them, it's yours. We
That's
give you
right.
5
It's your
months.
culvert, not ours.
We can solve that one real quick.
Yeah. The only thing I have, fellas, I handed out a memo from the Board of Health. And it deals with that mandatory accreditation where Columbus is trying to possibly do this. And Wes would like us, as a group, all the townships, all the municipalities, to put together, and he drafted, I helped him draft this, as far as a response to our elected representatives opposing the mandatory. If you want to do it, fine, but don't make it mandatory, because you're going to spend $175,000 to do it. And it's just kind of crazy. So is this something you guys want to do?
I think we should.
Okay, well, we're gonna need a motion then authorizing me to put it together, and then we'll all sign it at a later date. So is that your motion, Carl?
So moved.
you're gonna, I'm sorry, you're gonna draft a letter, is that what you said?
Well, yeah, I need to get some letterhead from you.
Okay. And this will go to whom?
Our senator, our state rep,
Okay.
yeah. I think there's 3 of them.
What else are you wanting to do? Identifying what this is about? Just this title would be okay to oppose that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Ginther, Shavoni, and also want to send one to Hyde Township.
Ready, Bob?
Yep. Because they need to be involved with this also.
I don't quite understand what that mandatory accreditation is.
They want to put our local Board of Health out of business.
Oh, what you
And then
spoke
we
about
have,
before.
and we have to answer to Akron, Cleveland, or Columbus.
Okay.
Keep them big cities out of here.
Yeah, big city, they're in
Yeah.
charge of all the fees, they could care less about us.
They don't know what goes on in our township.
That's right. Or the county.
Why should we get them involved?
Yeah, well, that's what Columbus wants to do.
It's gonna create more headaches.
I agree.
I would like to have the authority to, in motion form, to draft a letter, to complete and draft a letter to the state rep opposing the mandatory accreditation. That's the right word, is that okay? That accredited, is it citation?
The mandatory accreditation.
Accreditation, oh, okay. Of local health departments.
Right.
Okay, someone would make that a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Debbie, you away? Greg,
Just, I got nothing.
you mean you're having so much fun you got nothing?
That's it. Yep.
I'm here.
We heard you. Mary Ann,
House good.
are you guys out?
We're all nosy rosies.
Mike,
It's all good.
all right, anything else from anyone? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.